Yo, what's up, guys? It's a cold winter morning. I got day 7 and day 9 of the Fishmas Advent Calendar lures here. We got the Guggen baits and the jig. Winter bass are tough, but let's see if we can get some. Yo, what's up, guys? Today we're doing some winter pond fishing. Haven't really fished this winter time lately. Let's see what we can get. Alright, so I started out by casting over here in this spot. I was using this little jig with a Guggen bait craw on it. And yeah, let's see what I can get here. I'm gonna walk down here a little bit. Nice cast right there. Now, like I said, these winter bass are tough. I mean, they aren't really that hungry. They're pretty cold, so they're not moving very fast. So you kind of have to throw these lures, and you have to throw them slow because these bass aren't very fast, and they're not going to want to chase something that's moving faster than they are. So keep that in mind, guys. I started by walking down here and give it a few casts. Then I came back over here by this little drain.
Oh, I just saw a bass right there. That was actually good.
I did see a bass, and that bass was very nice. It was probably about 2 pounds, maybe 3 pounds. This spot is
There's
actually
something here, guys. There's something here.
I saw a lot of bass around here, so. By this little pipe corner, it's usually where they kind of hang out along these rocks. But the nice thing about this winter time, guys, is in AZ, our winters don't get that much colder than 30 to 40 degrees, and right now, I think it's around 60s.
Alright, guys. We saw some life in there. We saw a little bass. Kind of look at my jig here, but he didn't have any interest in it. We're gonna move up to this other pond and see what we can get out of here. That one looks more rocky back there, so I wonder if this is more grassy. Yeah, I think this one's more grassy. Alright, let's cast right there.
Pretty good cast. They have a few more casts. Now, like I said, I was saying, guys, winter in the AZ does not get much colder than 40s to 30s. Today, I think it's like, I want to say it was around.
There's a bass right there.
Oh, I saw a bass.
See if we'll get it. I thought that was a cat for a second.
Yep.
Where'd he go? Doesn't look like they're that deep.
Yeah, these bass were hanging out along the rocks, along the edges. Probably should have casted more parallel to the rocks. More parallel to the bank.
Sitting on these rocks here.
But yeah, like I was saying, guys, these winters here in AZ, they don't get really cold. Today it was about 60 or 50 degrees.
Right.
Now, for you guys that are up north, you guys are going to be laughing at me saying that's a good spring for you guys. But even though the temperatures are different, here in AZ, these bass are so used to hot and more mid temperatures, so they do really shut down, just like you guys' other lakes here. So It is really hard in the wintertime for us AZ fisher.
Let's go stop by this cement thing over there.
Yeah, this pond, I honestly did not see many fish around here. This little pond is kind of small, and I didn't see much movement. I don't think they really stock it that well, but yeah, there is definitely a lot of moss in it, and that was annoying. A little cast right there. Perfect. Walk over here. See, now the way I'm jigging this, or fishing this jig is I'm kind of keeping it up. It's a swim jig. I'm keeping it up off the ground a little bit, and then I'm giving a little pop, 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 reel, reel, pop, pop.
All right, let's
reel,
go down
reel,
to this
pop,
other
pop.
pond. By the way, I got my I think it was day 7, is the Guggen bait, and day 9 was this jig, and I'm using it right now, so hopefully we can catch a fish on it. Let's see how good it is.
Excuse me, guys, for all the snorting and coughing I had. I just recently had a cold. You know how it is in the wintertime. Now keep in mind, along this bank, watch all the rocks, because I saw, I think, about 3 bass, or maybe 4 or 5.
This crank.
But yeah, I'm gonna switch to a lipless crank here. We'll speed it up for you. That's my bag right there. It's one of the one straps, so it's kind of nice. It's not too heavy. And as you saw there, that was the Bass Pro scale. And right now I'm using a lipless crank. It's a Strike King. I think it's 3/8 ounces. And yeah, it's pretty good. It'll work great for these rocky ponds, especially in the wintertime. So any of you guys that fish at rocky ponds in the wintertime, that's a great lure. When the fish are actually active in the wintertime. If they're not active, I would not recommend that. So my GoPro actually shut off, so you didn't get to see me cast the crankbait out there. But then right after, I switched to a rooster tail. These are awesome for these AZ ponds. If you fish Arizona ponds and you fish the golf courses or urban ponds, this lure works great. If you haven't fished that spot yet, or you just don't know what lure to throw, that's always a great lure. Now the problem with this pond is it's nice and rocky, the awesome part is it's nice and rocky. The thing that sucks is it's super mossy on the bottom. So every cast I had to take out the moss on it. Right there, I was just checking to see if the GoPro was running because of what happened earlier. Nice little cast. And
You're actually kidding me.
uh-oh.
How does this happen? Bro. The heck? This is the exact reason why I do not use spinner ropes. Always get tangled up so easy.
Yep. That's me crashing out for you guys. I do not like spinning reels. One, I think they look kind of weird, and bait casters look so much better. and 2, because of stupid wind knots. Now that wasn't the first time today. I cut the other part out because it was boring, but I had to cut my line and retie because of that. See, now with this rooster tail, all I do is I don't normally do that, but what I do is I just reel it in slowly. This wintertime, you really do want to reel it in slowly. It's great for rocky ponds that don't have moss and stuff. This one was kind of hard to do. I had to kind of reel it fast today because there's so much moss in the bottom. But those ponds that aren't really mossy or grassy, it works great, and you can sometimes it drags in the bottom, but I've caught so many bass, and I've actually caught a catfish on it once, which was annoying because it messed up my lure. I actually broke off one of the 3 hooks on the treble hook. Oh, here we go, guys. Pay attention right here. Pay attention.